Bonsoir à tous, comment ça va? Today is the 14th session of Nanofiction, and when you add that to the 31 sessions that we made for La Belle au Bois d'Orban, this is our 45th one. So this means that you've been learning French for 22 hours for those who've been watching it since the start. So well done, that's a good thing to do during confinement. You almost a full day of French. I just can't believe that. It's Saturday, May the 2nd. It's really cool here in Grenoble. It's raining a bit, it's very grey. And because it's been raining, we can see snow on the mountains. So I can see the snow from here, from the window. It's beautiful, but we had to put socks again. I had a question yesterday about Le Salon de Géraldine. You'll find the link in the description. Yes, you can join anytime, and the sessions which are live, but you can watch on replay, which it's what lots of students do, is on Monday, twice a month. But I send an email with lovely resources about French culture every Friday. So if you join anytime, you will still get content. You don't have anything to prepare. And yesterday it was May the 1st, and we call this Le 1er Mai. And because it is a special day, it has a capital, big M. And on Le 1er Mai, it is La Fête du Travail. I totally forgot to talk about it because we didn't celebrate anything or had any day off. Well, I didn't. La Fête du Travail is the work day. And actually, you don't work on this day. It is what we call un jour férié. And there is un jour férié on le 8 mai as well. Le 8 mai. And this is also un jour férié. So later this week, on, I don't know, Friday, I think, it will be un jour férié as well. And we offer a plant, a flower called le muguet. You can check it out. Le muguet, it is the flower of le 1er Mai. Here it is. This is what it looks like. Le muguet. And it's beautiful. But this year I didn't even think about it because it was raining and I forgot that it was a bank holiday. So no muguet for either of us this year. Let's start with the tale of today. There are two, and it's not absurd, it's just surprising. And 2 days ago it was scary, yesterday it was a bit a bit absurd, and today it is surprising. Let's read the first tale together, and I'm just adding my timer so I don't take too much of your time. And I know where we are in the lesson. Ready? Breathe in, breathe out. Very important in these times. And 1, 2, and 3. Il était assis sur la plage en train de regarder la mer quand soudain, une bouteille poussée par les vagues vint s'échouer sur le sable. Il y avait un contrat enroulé à l'intérieur. Pour ce poste, nous cherchons quelqu'un d'exceptionnellement, that was tricky to say, chanceux. Vous êtes embauché. I love doing this because I imagine you reading with me and all of us reading together as if we were in the same room, so that's really nice. Let's read this one together and try to do the liaison. Even if they're wrong, it's fine. Just trying is a good thing because it makes you think about it. 1, 2, 3. Il était assis sur la plage en train de regarder la mer quand soudain, une bouteille poussée par les vagues vint s'échouer sur le sable, not sur la plage. Here we have one liaison. Did you do it? Did you find it? Il était assis. He was sitting. And here it is être assis. Être assis. To be sitting. Être assis. And the verb for that is s'asseoir. Can you notice something here? Well, Google just gave you the answer. S'asseoir. If you learned French at school decades ago, you might know that this might not be the spelling that you learned. And it's not the one I learned either. So you see, it doesn't have to be so old. It's something that we've been learning for years. The one that you might have learned at school is s'asseoir avec un E here. But this one is a new spelling. And to tell you the truth, until this morning when I prepared the lesson for now, I didn't know there was a new spelling. And I had to check because I wasn't sure anymore of the spelling. So I checked on Google, on Le Becherel. This is the reference for conjugation. Le Becherel, it is the book that we use for conjugation. Not everybody does anymore because you have Google and everything. But the reference book for conjugation in France, it is Le Becherel. And I had to check it out because I wasn't sure anymore. I had a doubt. And it appears that this one is the new conjugation, the new spelling, and this one is the old one. But you can use both. It's absolutely fine. And I'm 35 and I would have used this one by instinct. But I felt that something is wrong. Être assis is to be sitting, and what is to be standing up? It is être debout. And the verb is se lever, if you want to stand up. And something else I wanted to tell you is you can put that in feminine, être assise. But you cannot say être debout, okay? Here, debout, no, never, okay? Debout is invariable and assis is something that can agree with the subject. And I found a lovely grammar book that I'm going to buy next week, and I will be much better at grammar, so I can explain more things. Se lever is to stand up. Se lever. Sur la plage is the beach. La plage. The beach. La plage. And for those who actually travel to France or have interactions with French people in more of an official context, une plage is also a time slot, a range or a span. This is useful if you have to buy something and have an estimate for a price or an idea of something. For example, la plage horaire pour visiter la chapelle a été étendue. Pour répondre, wow, that's very elaborate. Pour répondre à l'afflux de visiteurs. Wow, that's very elaborate. I like this sentence. This is something that you can find in a visitor center, for example. Well, French people love to use very elaborate French in order to say simple things in many, many ways. When we want to give news or information, very often the French we use is very elaborate, which is so counterintuitive. And when I was teaching at the Red Cross, the students would bring me papers that I received that, what does it mean? And very often I would read the paper and I would say, it means it's fine. And they would be telling me, why do they use such a complicated French when they know they're talking to people who are not speaking French very well? And I don't know what to say. This is very, very French. We want to be formal to express respect, and the French is so complicated that people don't understand what we say. Let's translate this. La plage horaire. So this is the range for the time. Does it have a shift period of time slot? Yes, time slot. The time slot to visit the chapel has been extended to fit the increasing amount of visitors. So this is more advanced French, but when we use la plage, we are going to use advanced French for a range span, or a slot, this kind of things. Extended to answer, actually it is to adapt to the amount of visitors who are coming. En train de is when you're doing something. We've seen that several times. De regarder is to look at. Okay, let's recap that. Regarder is to look at. And voir, it is to see. To see. And I never said that. But when I do double like that, I think it's, I don't know how you say that. When I do double sign, it means the opposite. And when I do that, it is an option. I do that 99% of the time. Sometimes I'm wrong, but that's the way I write examples. En train de regarder la mer, looking at the sea, la mer, it is the sea. And the ocean, it is l'océan, in case you want to be sure. L'océan, exactly the same. La mer, the sea. Quand soudain, when suddenly, une bouteille poussée par les vagues. A bottle pushed by, he's looking at the sea, so you can guess what is une vague. Une vague, it is a wave, and we use that in the same way. If you're talking about some unprecedented event, for example, le monde fait face à une vague d'infection. Okay. The world is facing a wave of infection. Poussé par les vagues, vint s'échouer sur le sable. Vint s'échouer sur le sable. This is not easy to say. S'échouer, it is to wash up, to wash ashore. To wash up somewhere, to wash ashore. And again, we added so in order to say that it was kind of the intention of the bottle, but you could definitely have used échouer, which is exactly the same. For example, here, instead of la bouteille vint s'échouer sur le sable, la bouteille vint s'échouer. So here we have venir in le passé simple, came, and to wash ashore. We could have said la bouteille s'échoua, or échoua, sorry, that's even better. Not better in writing, but just simpler. Here, la bouteille vint s'échouer, we have this idea of the bottle with its own intentions washing ashore on the beach. And we could have said la bouteille échoua. This is very neutral. It is less poetic, but is in the facts exactly the same. Le sable is the sand. Le sable, the sand. Again, you are on the beach, so you can think about what they mean. This is a good way to think about vocabulary. It's in context. Let's reread this one again. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Il était assis sur la plage, en train de regarder la mer, quand soudain une bouteille poussée par les vagues vint s'échouer sur le sable. And we're going to do all this part at once. Let's read it together. Ready? Breathe in, breathe out, and 1, 2, 3, let's read together. Il y avait un contrat enroulé à l'intérieur. Pour ce poste, nous cherchons quelqu'un d'exceptionnellement chanceux. Vous êtes embauché. Il y avait un contrat. Here we have une liaison. Il y avait un contrat enroulé à l'intérieur. Enroulé is rolled up. To roll, rolled. And here again, enroulé, here could have been roulé. It is the same. But enroulé has this idea of on itself. Okay, you can imagine the paper rolled and rolled and rolled in order to fit into the bottle. Enroulé, here it is exactly the same as roulé. And rouler means to roll a paper, for example. But it can also be to run or to drive a car. For example, pour arriver à l'heure, nous avons roulé toute la nuit. To arrive on time, to get there on time, we drove all night. And here, nous avons roulé, we assume that it is a car, but it could definitely be on a bicycle or a motorcycle. We don't give any context. So the default, unfortunately, is the car, but it could be something else. Nous avons roulé toute la nuit. It could be tricycle, it could be many, many things that have wheels. À l'intérieur is inside, à l'intérieur. À l'intérieur could be replaced by something else, by dedans, inside. À l'extérieur, it is outside, dehors, dehors. Inside, dedans, and dehors. And you can recognize dans for inside and hors for outside as well. Dedans, à l'intérieur, dehors, à l'extérieur. Here, he could have written, il y avait un contrat roulé dedans. But it's way less poetic. And here in a tale, because it's written as well, and you want to make some music with your voice, you're going to use more sophisticated words. Il y avait un contrat enroulé à l'intérieur. Okay, that's good. Pour ce poste, nous cherchons quelqu'un d'exceptionnellement chanceux. Vous êtes embauché. Pour ce poste, un poste is a job, a position. And exceptionnellement, it is exceptionally. Un poste, it is a position. A job. Okay, a job. Exceptionnellement, exceptionally. I can hear you from here. You're saying, why is there a D, Geraldine? Well, we're looking for someone of exceptional luck. But here, again, he could have said, nous cherchons quelqu'un exceptionnellement chanceux. It is absolutely fine. But he wrote d'exceptionnellement chanceux, so everything would be more difficult for me to explain. Nous cherchons quelqu'un d'exceptionnellement chanceux, that is exceptionally lucky. Again, this is just a way to make this sound better. It's not just a D to make it sound better, it has a meaning. But it is to make the phrase mean something more elaborate, but it doesn't have any difference in meaning in the translation for 99.9% of the translation. Nous cherchons quelqu'un d'exceptionnellement chanceux. Chanceux, it is lucky. Lucky. La chance is luck. This is why we say bonne chance, good luck. Vous êtes embauché, you are hired. Être embauché is to be hired. Embauché, it is like recruter, the same. To hire. Let's read this together again quickly to see if there are any liaisons. Il y avait un contrat enroulé à l'intérieur. Pour ce poste, nous cherchons quelqu'un d'exceptionnellement chanceux. Vous êtes embauché. Here we have one. Let's read with the tail and I'm going to explain the twist. Il était assis sur la plage en train de regarder la mer quand soudain, une bouteille poussée par les vagues vint s'échouer sur le sable. He was sitting on the beach when looking at the sea when suddenly a bottle pushed by the waves washed ashore on the sand. Here he's just sitting, nothing special, and what's special is that a bottle just came on the beach. Usually when you have this kind of message, it is a letter that no one wants to read or to send. It's not aimed really at anyone. It's just a message of despair. So we can assume that it's just another kind of letter like that. However, il y avait un contrat enroulé à l'intérieur. There was a contract inside. And usually when you do a contract, you aim it at someone that you hired, you know, you talked to already, and you want something formally done. But here, it's something new. It's something that we never saw before. For this job, nous cherchons quelqu'un d'exceptionnellement chanceux. Vous êtes embauché. We're looking for someone who has exceptional luck. You are hired. So because this person found the bottle, they're very, very lucky. So this job is for them. You are hired. So this is the twist. Is that usually the messages are for anyone, and here it is happening to someone special. We all need a bit of water because we read a lot of French. Let's look at this one now. Ready? Ah, sorry. 1, 2, 3. Ce Dieu ancien incarnait le champ des possibles et il possédait 12 bras. Hélas, il en était arrivé au stade où plus personne sur terre ne croyait en lui. Oh, poor him. Après plusieurs tentatives de prosélytisme, il décida de ravaler sa fierté divine et il ouvrit un salon de massage. Here there's a typo. Let's look at the first sentence. Ce Dieu ancien incarnait le champ des possibles et il possédait 12 bras. Ce Dieu ancien. Here I want to show you the difference. The difference that the place of the adjective has. Ce Dieu ancien, it is this old God. But cet ancien Dieu, and here we need to put a T at the end of ce to make this sound better. It is this, can you guess? Do you know what that is? This former God. So the place of the adjective here is crucial to give it the right meaning. Ce Dieu ancien, this old God. Cet ancien Dieu, this former God. It's completely different. Ce Dieu ancien incarnait le champ des possibles. What did I prepare for you? Embodied. Incarner is to embody. Incarner, to embody. So you're the symbol of it. Le champ des possibles, it is the range of possibility. Le champ here, it is not a field. It can be a field, but it is the range. Range of possibilities, and he had 12 arms. Posséder is to own. Posséder, it is like avoir. It is to own. Here, Patrick Beau could have written, et il avait 12 bras. It's absolutely fine. 12 arms. Ce Dieu ancien incarnait le champ des possibles. Don't forget to not say the P here. No P. Des possibles. Et il possédait 12 bras. Okay, that's good. Let's move on to the next sentence. Hélas, il en était arrivé au stade où plus personne sur terre ne croyait en lui. Here you can see two very similar liaisons. Hélas, unfortunately, il en était arrivé au stade. He had reached le stade. Here, le stade, it is the stage. As in the step, okay? Not the stage as in the show stage. The stadium, it is also the stadium. And la scène. Okay, so le stade, here it is the stage, the step, the level. The stadium, it is le stade. Okay, it's the same. And the stage, if you want to say the stage when you do shows, it is la scène. Let's put the spectacle, so you know. La scène, the show stage. Où plus personne, where no one on earth, où plus personne sur terre, on earth, ne croyait en lui, believed in him. Croire is to believe. To believe, and it can be a belief as in je crois que tu vas arriver à l'heure. I think that you're going to be on time. And je crois en Dieu. I believe in God. It works for both. Hélas, il en était arrivé au stade où plus personne sur terre ne croyait en lui. And here, hélas, unfortunately, has only one accent. It's not like déjà. Déjà has two. Okay, two accents on déjà. Did we see it yesterday or 2 days ago? And hélas has only one. Don't put two accents on hélas, please. Let's read this one. Après plusieurs tentatives de prosélytisme, il décida de ravaler sa fierté divine et il ouvrit un salon de massage. Here we have une liaison. Après plusieurs tentatives de prosélytisme, il décida de ravaler sa fierté divine et il ouvrit un salon de massage. Ok. Après plusieurs tentatives de prosélytisme. After several tries, attempts. Une tentative is an attempt. Tentative, it is une tentative. It is a try, an attempt. After several attempts at proselytism, it's the same. So when you're trying someone to join a religion, il décida de ravaler sa fierté divine. Décida is decided. He decided at le passé simple, which is the tense we've seen forever, de ravaler sa fierté divine. Ravaler is to swallow. And here it is exactly the same structure. Ravaler sa fierté divine. It's a joke. Well, it's not a joke, but it's just using exactly the same structure as you have in English. To swallow his divine pride. And in English, you have to swallow his pride, and it's the same. Ravaler sa fierté divine. Et il ouvrit un salon de massage. And he opened a massage salon. Ouvrir is to open. Okay, ouvrir is to open. I don't see any other liaison here. I'm going to reread the full tale and translate it. You can read this with me. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. Ce Dieu ancien incarnait le champ des possibles et il possédait 12 bras. This old God embodied the range of possibilities and he had 12 arms. Here we can assume that because he has 12 arms, he embodied the range of possibilities because he can do many, many things with his arms. Hélas, il en était arrivé au stade où plus personne sur terre ne croyait en lui. Unfortunately, he had reached the stage where no one on earth believed in him. Oh, poor him. Après plusieurs tentatives de prosélytisme, after several attempts at trying to start a new religion or make people joined his religion, il décida de ravaler sa fierté divine. He decided to swallow his divine pride. Et il ouvrit un salon de massage and he opened a massage salon. Why did he do that? Because he was looking for an option to actually keep doing something, and he has 12 arms. So he's going to be very, very good at massage that could be done by 2 or 3 people, and he can do alone. So that's the twist, is that it was this old god that no one believed in anymore, and instead of disappearing, he decided to actually do something with his life and opened a massage salon. Good. That's it for today. So nothing scary tonight. Maybe you're going to dream of waves and bottles with messages in it are 12-armed gods. That would be funny. Let me know tomorrow. Have a lovely evening. Maybe a good day if you have the full day ahead of you, or a good night if you're going to bed. Bonne journée, bonne soirée, maybe bonne nuit. And I will see you tomorrow at 7:15 p.m. Paris time as usual. And à demain. Salut!